So I went in there and I seen his body in there.
This is the first witness who alerted police about the unrecognizable body. Even the responding officers were horrified by what they found. The body had been so brutally disfigured that it couldn't be identified by appearance alone. His face had been beaten so badly that officers could barely recognize him.
You have a good face shot of the guy?
Not a good face shot, because it's like this.
With almost no evidence to work with, investigators focused on a handful of key suspects who might lead them to the killer.
Blood all over the ground by the dumpster, and that his head looked like a smashed watermelon.
Him a couple of times and then stomped him a couple of times.
But who could have committed such a brutal attack? This wasn't just an act of violence, it was extreme brutality. As the investigation intensified, police raced against time, not knowing what the killer's next move would be before they could catch him.
I want you to set your phone and your drink on that little concrete barrier right there.
On the morning of July 30th, 2023, Lakewood police were dispatched to the Morning Tree Park apartment complex after a resident reported finding something horrifying near one of the dumpsters. Within minutes, officers secured the scene and began interviewing the man who had made the discovery.
So who was the one that saw him? Who called? You did, sir?
Me.
So what happened? What did you see? Like, how did this all...
Okay, me and her, was kind of like dumpster digging, right? And I see this red stuff, you know, leaking out of the dumpster. So I went in there and I seen his body in there.
While searching through the dumpster, the witness noticed blood slowly flowing out from underneath it. Curious, he leaned over and looked inside. Lying there was an elderly man covered in blood. The injuries were so severe that his face was almost impossible to recognize. Investigators now faced two urgent questions. Who was the victim? And more importantly, who had done this? Fortunately, someone at the apartment complex might be able to answer at least one of those questions.
I see his blood.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out if you might... Sounds like that he's one of your residents.
I can look.
This is Ryan, the apartment complex manager. Detectives hoped he could provide the first real clue that would lead them to the person responsible.
Because we don't have him ID, right?
Oh, that's not the burn, yeah. For now.
So we recognize this guy? Obviously, it's not the best picture, but... Do you think you know who he is?
Possibly. If I can see the picture again, it'd be better to identify now.
How about you just give me the name, I can bring up the OL.
He wouldn't be in there.
What's that?
He wouldn't be in there.
Well, I'm sure he'll have some kind of ID.
Mm,
You don't think so?
absolutely not.
Never?
No.
Okay.
He was a really nice guy, actually, though. I mean, I had a relationship with him, you know, like friend-wise. He don't even trust like anybody with like social security cards or anything. He won't sign a lease. So he'd probably be about 63, 65, somewhere in there. He's partially African American, but he's really light skinned.
Skinny, tall.
Yes.
Skinny.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be Leonard.
What's his last name?
And we're working on that right now.
Well, they're turning their computers on right now, right?
You want to come with me? I can just give you a key. I'll give you a ride over there and ride back if you want.
No. We'll drive over there to go check on him. But yeah, but she's still trying to pull the data.
Yeah, but I can pull a key for you and she'll get that.
Yeah, we'll go check on it. So
right.
A9, I will meet you over there.
I'll meet you. Yeah.
The manager believed the victim was a longtime resident named Leonard, but confirming his identity wasn't going to be easy. According to the manager, Leonard deeply distrusted the government. He rarely carried identification, avoided official paperwork whenever possible, and preferred to keep almost no personal records connected to his name. That meant investigators couldn't simply recover a driver's license or wallet to identify him. While one group of officers searched police databases for possible records, another team headed straight to Leonard's apartment. If he was still alive, there was only one place he should have been.
Leonard, Lakewood Police, we just need to know that you're okay. If you want to, we'll just announce for Leonard.
Yep. I can yell for him.
Okay. Go ahead.
Hey, Leonard. Leonard!
If you're in here, let us know.
At nearly the same time, investigators finally received confirmation through law enforcement records. The victim found beside the dumpster had officially been identified as 64-year-old Leonard Williams. Neighbors described Leonard as a quiet man who mostly kept to himself. He wasn't known for causing problems. If anything, people remembered him as someone who was respectful, friendly, and always willing to help those around him, which made the brutality of his murder even harder to understand. Who would want to kill a man like Leonard? And why would they attack him with such overwhelming violence? At that point, investigators still had no suspect. But back at the crime scene, one officer had just noticed a detail that would dramatically narrow down the timeline of the murder.
Okay, so if you walk that way, and actually, obviously it's dark at that hour, but if you walk that route that you just said, and somebody happened to shine their lights into the dumpster area, you would see him laying there. Was there any trash outside of the dumpster area, the path that you guys would have walked?
One detail at the crime scene immediately caught an officer's attention. The area around the dumpster was a complete mess. Blood had leaked onto the ground, making it almost impossible for anyone walking past to miss it. If an ordinary person could have noticed it, a police officer certainly would have. That observation prompted detectives to revisit an earlier call from the same apartment complex. Dashcam footage showed the responding officer walking back to his patrol vehicle. To get there, he took the same side pathway, leading directly past the dumpster. The very dumpster where Leonard's body would later be found. But during that response, there was no blood on the ground. There were no signs of a struggle. And nothing suspicious caught the officer's attention, which meant the attack must have taken place after police had already left the complex. That discovery dramatically narrowed the timeline of the murder. But investigators uncovered something even more significant. The original noise complaint involved a group of teenagers staying in apartment J54. According to the apartment manager, the group was well known for throwing loud parties several nights a week. They had also gained a reputation for repeatedly falling behind on their rent. At the time, no one realized that the same party officers had responded to the night before could also explain why a 64-year-old man was found brutally murdered just a few feet away. With no stronger lead to follow, detectives obtained a search warrant for Unit J54.
Oh, here we go. Hey, Brittany, liquor, please. Anybody else inside here with you?
Oh,
Scoot over here for a second, okay? Who's all in here with you?
just me and two people.
Where are they at?
Oh, really? No.
What are their names?
Jaden,
Jaden and who?
Jaden and Ty.
Jaden and Ty, come on out. Come on out. Ty, come on out, liquor, please. Where's he at?
It was to the corner store.
What's that?
He went to the corner
You
store.
went to the corner store?
When officers entered the apartment, they found Alina and Jaden still inside. But one of the teenagers, Ty, was nowhere to be seen. According to the others, he had supposedly walked to a nearby convenience store to grab some snacks. But investigators would soon learn that it wasn't true. For the time being, officers focused on interviewing everyone who remained inside the apartment.
Diane?
Yep. Do you know why we're here? You're not, so I'll make it clear to you, you're not in trouble right now, but you're a witness to something. And so we need to talk about that, okay?
I wasn't.
I got video.
You can say I was a witness, and I understand, but
Yeah.
when I heard what he did, I did not walk down the stairs for a reason.
What did you hear that he did?
I heard that he beat up this dude for really no reason. He said that the homeless guy stepped to him, or the homeless guy asked for a cigarette or
How well do you know him?
Chubbs.
Yeah.
I've known him for like a month.
So, did you know what happened here the other night? Yeah, what happened? Tell me a little bit about it.
Chubbs had a little incident.
I can't. You gotta.
Chubbs had a little incident.
Yeah, what was Chubb's incident?
By the garbage can.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Well, I know what happened already. Okay.
Chubbs just would get mad, and people would say that he would do it, he wouldn't do it, and he'd just go on into do it. But
Chubbs definitely had a problem.
yeah, when he drunk, he would get very violent.
Okay.
He would be very unhappy. The next thing you know, Chubbs flies open the door, and he looks at me, and he's got this smile on his face. He's like, I'm so sorry, but I did something really bad, and I made a big mistake, and I really didn't need to do it. And I go, what'd you do? And that's when his smile completely shut off. So I think he realized, like, he really just took some time. And he's like, I killed somebody outside.
Did he tell you how he killed him? How did he?
He beat the fuck out of him and then stabbed him in the bar. This guy is laying down on the side of his face, like against this way.
Mm-hmm.
All you see is him, Chubbs is like down on the ground recording him, and then just starts kicking it like it's a joke.
Police now had two people they urgently needed to find. The first was Brody Chubbs Brown. The second was Trey Crystal, better known as Ty. However, investigators quickly made 17-year-old Brody Brown their primary suspect. According to Alina, Brody had consumed 2 bottles of tequila the night before. She also told detectives he had been under the influence of marijuana. Even before that night, Brody had a reputation for becoming aggressive whenever he drank. At some point during the party, he stepped outside the apartment. That's when he encountered Leonard Williams in the parking lot. Investigators believe Leonard may have confronted him about the loud music, or because of Leonard's well-known paranoia, he may have simply been talking to himself. Whatever was said between the two, it was enough to trigger a violent reaction. Brody allegedly saw Leonard as an easy target, and within moments, the 64-year-old became the victim of a brutal and completely unprovoked attack. But Alina wasn't finished. She revealed something even more disturbing. According to her, Brody had recorded the entire murder on Snapchat. He allegedly filmed himself beating and stabbing Leonard before sending the video to several people who had been at the party. With Brody now considered the prime suspect, officers requested additional resources, including air support, to help locate him as quickly as possible. While that search was underway, police received another call involving a man seen running through the Morning Tree apartment complex. Officers soon identified him as Trey Crystal, also known as Ty, the same teenager who had disappeared before police entered apartment J54. After officers located him, Ty agreed to speak with detectives.
Just tell me a story. Just take me from the beginning to the end. What happened that night?
Yeah, he ended up really drunk, and then he was like trying to fight everyone at the party, but no one would fight him because either they would win and then he was like backing down or stuff like that.
Okay.
So he couldn't fight anyone there, and so he went outside all mad. And then there's this homeless dude or whoever it was walking by, and then he was like, "Oh, keep stepping, keep walking." And then the homeless dude was like, "All right," and then he was like just walking away. And then Chubbs just started getting mad and then just like ran up on him and punched him. And then he just started stomping on him. After a minute or two, he went up inside and then he like grabbed the knife and everyone was trying to stop him, but like he was kind of scary with the knife because he was really drunk.
According to Ty, he left the apartment because he was scared. He insisted that fear was the only reason he ran. For the time being, however, Brody remained their highest priority. As the manhunt continued, detectives shifted their focus to the people who knew Brody best. Among those questioned were 2 of his closest friends, Miguel Ventura and Dakota Johnson.
And you had text messages with him shortly after. Can you kind of explain to me about those text messages?
It was like the day after he had done it.
Okay.
He did coke and he beat the crap out of this guy and killed him and stabbed him in the neck. And then there was like blood all over the ground by the dumpster, and that his head looked like a smashed watermelon. He told me that he tried to put him in the trash can himself, but he couldn't do it. So that's why he stabbed him in the neck.
I ended up going, basically there was a party posted up that was over at one of our female friends' Britt's house. And eventually Chubbs, I guess he stormed outside. He got really upset. He was drinking 1800 at the time, like type of tequila. there was someone standing by the garbage cans, and he got really angry at him because I think they were staring at him. He just got closer to him, and I think the dude yelled something at him, and then he just started swinging on him. I get down the stairs, and then that's when he started getting him. He hit him a couple of times, and then stomped him a couple of times. And by that point, like it was too much. Like it was just a lot. I grabbed him by his chest and everything. I tried to pull him.
Was there anybody else that was hitting the guy? Was there anybody else kicking him, hitting him, punching, stomping him?
While detectives continued gathering witness statements, another team had finally located Brody. He was hiding at his family's home in the city of Yelm, roughly 40 minutes from the apartment complex. With their prime suspect finally in sight, a SWAT team quickly surrounded the residence.
All right, hey, you three, if there's people milling around up front, we're gonna detain them right off the bat, so be ready to go hands as soon as they move up.
They run or we're letting them run?
Yeah. All right, we're capped. Bat team's rolling up. Male in the stairwell. Dominic's first entryway right here on the right. Hey, move up. Move up. I want to be able to see that door. Hey, let's bring it back here. No sense in standing out there. No sense in standing out there. There we go. All right, I got hands on her. Okay. You got cuffs? Yep. Okay. All right. All right, step this way. Just keep your hands up.
I want you to set your phone and your drink on that little concrete barrier right there.
You need a sec?
Now I want you to step out to me. Come on. Put your hands on your head, flip around, face the building.
Okay. We're good for right now.
Down.
We're just detaining one more.
Hey, come down. Set it down right there. Now put your hands on top of your head and step over to me. I appreciate your cooperation.
I don't know what's going on. So I'm like, what the hell?
The first two people to exit the house were Brian and Jeff. Both had been staying at the residence with Brody. They told officers they knew nothing about the investigation or the reason behind the heavy police presence. But neither of them was the person officers had come for. Seconds later, their primary target finally stepped outside. It was Brody Brown.
Remember, I took a city of cats.
You guys can even hang here. We're just going to send an entry team out. Just want eyes on them. Okay.
Hey, Jay, just for your knowledge, cell phone and Sprite belong to white t-shirt. Cell phone and what he was holding, black t-shirt.
Okay. All right.
Good?
Kevin, what we got? Brian, Casas, Mike, and I are going to move up. You guys hold the windows.
Hey, that's the primary.
Yep.
Primary right there.
All right, black shirt. Start walking this way. Start walking this way. Keep walking, keep walking, keep walking.
Their primary target finally stepped outside. It was Brody Brown. Brody was taken into custody without further incident. Prosecutors later charged him with first-degree murder and first-degree assault. At his initial court appearance, Brody pleaded not guilty. The judge set his bail at $1.5 million. Several months later, Brody returned to court for another hearing. This time, his defense took a different approach. Instead of maintaining his innocence, Brody changed his plea to guilty. With that decision, one of Lakewood's most disturbing murders finally reached its conclusion.